Hey listeners, welcome to Skew Universe. I'm your host today, Scott, and this is part 1 of DeFi Blockchain 101. Throughout this episode, we'll check your listening comprehension with some questions, and Sue will provide the answers with a brief explanation in Chinese.
每月的最后一周是听力测验周，这集 Scott 会读一篇他依据时事议题编写的文章 Part 1 of DeFi Blockchain 101。我们会将文章区分成几个段落，让你能回答一些导读问题，我也会提供中文注解。Ready? Here we go.
Right now, in January 2022, inflation is soaring in Turkey. Within the last decade, other countries have experienced even more dramatic inflation. In Venezuela, hyperinflation damaged the local economy and ruined many lives. Due to bad government policies, runaway debt, and increasing uncertainty in the world, no country is safe from the threat of rapid inflation. The COVID pandemic and the various stimulus packages created to deal with it have simply added fuel to the fire. What would happen if your local currency suddenly began to lose its value?
Question 1. Which two countries are mentioned as examples of dramatic inflation? The answers are Turkey and Venezuela. 其实土耳其从2001年到2014年透过严格的经济政策自我管制发展成非常蓬勃的国家，跟欧盟也保有友好的关系。但是这5年来，因为埃尔多安总统坚持宗教导向的政策，加上疫情的影响，引发资本外逃，所以开船的人硬要去撞冰山，大家只能跳船自保。在这段 Scott 用了2个很相近的单字 inflation 通货膨胀，还有 hyperinflation 恶性通货膨胀，是指3位数以上的通货膨胀。Venezuela 跟 Turkey 不同的是 Venezuela 其实是一个 petrol state 石油资源非常丰富的一个国家，但是很可惜和 Turkey 一样，因为政治腐败导致民不聊生。
Inflation isn't the only concern in today's turbulent world. War and climate disasters threaten to create refugees and forced migration all over the globe. What if you had to flee your home and lost access to your bank account, or had no bank account to begin with? Many experts believe we're at the start of a new paradigm, an era of decentralized finance, or DeFi. DeFi, say its proponents, will return the power of an individual's money back to the individual by taking it out of the hands of profit-seeking corporations. Faster transactions, fewer fees, and access for all are just the beginning of what DeFi promises. This radical shift is being powered by a host of new disruptive technologies that aim to address perceived flaws in the existing financial systems. You've probably already heard of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and blockchain, but what exactly are they?
Question 2. What are the proposed benefits of DeFi? The answers are faster transactions, 快速交易, fewer fees, 低手续费, and access for all, 开通性。在这段 Scott 谈到 forced migration, 强迫性的迁移。他说 What if you had to flee your home, 逃离自己的家园 and lost access to your bank account, 没有办法动用自己的银行资产。在这个时候 crypto asset 或是加密资产就会非常的实用，因为加密资产和银行资产不同，给予拥有者100%的受用权，不需要第三方的认证，随时可以拿来应急。
Cryptocurrency is any digital currency that is secured by cryptography to make it nearly impossible to counterfeit or to double spend. They have no central authority or issuer. These decentralized networks run on blockchain technology. A blockchain is essentially a public online ledger of transactions. Each block of the chain contains verified transactions, which must be approved by the entire network, each member or node, before being added to the chain. Then the entire record, the complete blockchain, is verified and stored with each member of the network.
Question 3. How is cryptocurrency different from fiat currency? The answer is, it is secured by cryptography to make it nearly impossible to counterfeit or double spend. They have no central authority or issuer. Cryptocurrency 平常都会翻成虚拟货币，但是我比较喜欢翻成加密货币，因为 crypto 这个字来自于 cryptography 密码学。正如 Scott 的解释，区块链的加密技术可以预防 counterfeit 伪造或是 double spend 双重支付的问题。而且加密货币并无中央管制 central authority， 那这到底是好还是不好？其实有利有弊。利的方面，上一段已经提到，比特币给予拥有者100%的受用权。Bitcoin provides complete financial sovereignty, meaning you own and control your crypto asset at all times.
Bitcoin was the first decentralized cryptocurrency and remains the most well-known and largest by market share. It was released in 2009 by a developer using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. The true identity of Satoshi remains a mystery. Bitcoin, like other cryptocurrencies, can be sent directly from user to user without the need for any intermediaries and is faster than traditional bank transfers. Bitcoin can be stored online or in secure offline hardware wallets. Since its release, the value of Bitcoin has steadily and rapidly increased. Most recently, the price of a single Bitcoin reached an all-time high of over $65,000 in November 2021. One of the reasons Bitcoin has become sought after is scarcity. There will only ever be around 21 million Bitcoin, of which at present about 19 million so far have been mined.
Question 4. What is the primary appeal of Bitcoin? The answer is scarcity. 比特币其实11月高峰期后就一直持续下跌，至今价值已掉了 50%。除了受美国市场影响和各国表态将加强监管措施，暴涨暴跌一直是比特币的一贯表现。但是部分投资者还是坚信比特币的 scarcity 稀缺性能够让其在市场和相关科技成熟后成为 digital gold 虚拟黄金的可能性。
Mining is the process by which difficult mathematical computations must be solved in order to verify new blocks in the chain. Miners compete to be the first to solve the problem, and the first to do so is rewarded in freshly mined Bitcoin. This reward is the incentive which encourages users all over the world to undertake the process of mining, the purpose of which is to assist in the decentralized monitoring and verification of the blockchain. Unlike traditional currencies, which can be created from thin air by banks and governments, increasing the risk of damaging inflation, there will never be more Bitcoin once it is all mined. A process known as halving decreases the amount of a reward miners receive for each block, about every 4 years or so. The final Bitcoin is expected to be mined sometime around the year 2140. Well, at present, high transaction fees, taxes and regulations, and a lack of acceptance among retail businesses and merchants have prevented Bitcoin from seeing much use as an everyday currency. However, that may slowly be beginning to change.
Question 5. What is the purpose of mining? The answer is, other than generating Bitcoin, it assists in the decentralized monitoring and verification of the blockchain. 除了 mining 挖矿，小矿工和 mining pool 矿池的另一个功能就是交易验证 verification of blockchain。现在想要透过个人的力量挖到比特币真的很难，因为未被开采的比特币数量越来越少，需要庞大运算能力才能挖到矿。所以现在其实大家都会加入 mining pool， 透过网络结合大量个人电脑运算能力去挖矿。
In 2021, El Salvador became the first country to adopt Bitcoin as a national currency, alongside the US dollar. Citizens can spend and save their Bitcoin through an official wallet called Chivo. And globally, Bitcoin has further developed into a store of value, a hedge against fiat inflation. It's similar to physical gold, and this has led some to label Bitcoin digital gold. Still, Bitcoin has a long way to go before full adoption as a safe store of value or a currency, if it ever reaches that point. It's still early is the mantra of many Bitcoin proponents and investors. However, high volatility is an issue as the price often yo-yos dramatically, rising sharply and dropping just as fast. From the all-time high in November of 2021, Bitcoin just 2 months later, now in January 2022, has traded for as low as $33,000, a 50% drop from its peak. Now, this volatility remains a large obstacle to more widespread adoption of Bitcoin as an everyday currency.
Question 6. What is the official digital wallet used to manage Bitcoin transactions in El Salvador? The answer is Chivo. Scott 在这个段落说 The price often yo-yos dramatically 就是说比特币本身的风险性过高，像溜溜球一样。Yo-yo 其实是溜溜球的英文，所以在这里它变成一个动词。Yo-yos 就是一下大涨，一下大跌，并不适合用来当民生货币。去年6月 El Salvador 萨尔瓦多的总统布克莱却进行了一项疯狂的实验，套用比特币为该国法币，竟然超过半年后，实验算是彻底失败。
Despite their name, not all cryptocurrencies are intended to become either a store of value or a currency. Take, for instance, Ethereum, the next largest by market share and well-known blockchain. Whereas Bitcoin only utilizes blockchain technology to govern a digital currency, Ethereum is a development platform that uses blockchain tech to support a wide range of decentralized apps and smart contracts. Smart contracts are self-executing contracts written in code directly to the blockchain without the need for a central authority or legal enforcement. Although the Ethereum blockchain hosts a native currency, Ether, it is more accurate to call Ether a transactional token. The programs running on the Ethereum network require computing power, and Ether is used as payment for those programs to operate. Ether can be thought of as fuel or gas. Programs that demand more network resources require more gas and more Ether tokens to complete their operations. So whereas Bitcoin was created to replace traditional currency for peer-to-peer transfer, the Ethereum platform is meant to host smart contracts and applications, and Ether is used to facilitate the execution of those programs.
Question 7. What are the key differences between Bitcoin and Ether? The answer is Bitcoin was created to replace traditional currency for peer-to-peer transfer. The Ethereum platform is meant to host smart contracts and applications, and Ether is used to facilitate the execution of those programs. 和比特币相比，以太币的实用性较高，除了可以在许多加密货币的外汇市场上交易，也是 Ethereum blockchain 以太坊区块链上用来支付交易手续费和运算服务的媒介。Smart contracts 是智慧合约，不需要第三方的认证，直接透过电脑代码就可以执行合约条款。虽然比特币的区块链也能执行 smart contracts， 但是因为本身电脑语言的限制，不能执行太过复杂的合约。相对而言，以太坊本身的电脑语言 Solidity 就是用来设计智慧合约的。So this wraps up Part 1 of DeFi Blockchain 101. Part 2 will cover other exciting blockchain projects and developments. It will be available the last week of February. Here at School Universe, we wish you a happy Lunar New Year. 新年快乐，祝大家虎年虎头虎尾，有好的开始，好的结尾。Our show is meant to help intermediate learners improve listening through interesting bilingual stories and educational content. 如果你想要合作，欢迎和我们联络。